Welcome back, guys. Here we got another ladder race, and it's against the Deuces. We've raced them a couple of times over the past few weeks. It's kind of easy to set these up because it's also another dirt team, so it's not too hard. They're good guys, good to race with, good fun. They keep fighting, so it's always fun, a little in-house jabbing around. And in one of my comments, someone said that they still weren't sure what ladder racing was, so obviously that was my fault for just kind of assuming people do know what ladder racing is. And so I'll just kind of go over a little bit as we're making this lead in, which is 6 kilometers on elevation evaluation. Ladder racing is you have a team. Most of the time it's 5 versus 5. And then you can challenge like a few spots up and a few spots lower can, in that range of rankings. The depends on what your team is, like where the rank is. And I don't remember the exact details because your team captain will go through and set everything up. Like you can challenge above you, and then you pick the course, and below you, it's kind of the same thing. They can challenge you, you pick the course, go from there. Whenever we get to choose a course, we try to pick our strong suits, something that's a little punchy but not real big climby. This race here, we have Ethan and I. So, and I actually think the ladder race organization, they chose this route for us. I don't think we had an option. But essentially, you challenge the team, you come up with a course, and you do 5 versus 5. In this case, it's 4 versus 4. We both had some riders drop out. But there's a website for it that you can go to, see your rankings, kind of do some research on the team you're going to be going against. And it's really unique. I really enjoy it. So it's essentially just you come up with a plan and do your race. And for our plan for this race was obviously the grades, the big thing. But we wanted to kind of do something a little different. Instead of just attacking and hammering and going on it, we wanted to basically get to the top together and time trial to the finish. Casey and Jeff are a little weaker on fitness. Casey's fitness is down a little bit. Jeff, I'm not sure. I haven't rode with him recently, so I'm not sure if he's been off the bike a little bit because he was pretty strong the few times I did ride with him in the spring. So he could just be hanging out and enjoying some time with the family here toward the holidays. So we're just going to kind of set the pace, and we got Casey and Jeff on Discord, so they're yelling at us, hey, a little bit harder, a little bit less, whatever. So we want to make it hard at the beginning a little bit to kind of test the deuces, see who's going to be coming with us. And we know we got a couple strong riders there, so we don't know how it's going to shake out. And I'm just setting the pace, just riding at the tempo that Casey's and Jeff are able to keep up with. Which the grade itself, this section here is the worst. This just straight, or in my opinion, just this straight wall you've got to climb. It's one of those ones. It's like, oh man, this switchback. Once you get to the switchbacks, don't bother me. But it's just this straight wall here. It's so similar to Vento in France. It just drives me nuts. But it only takes a few minutes to get up through it. And I'm going to push over the top right here, which Casey's always, saying drive the pace, keep push. Once you get over that on that flat section, you don't rest until you're up to speed. So I was kind of jawing him on the Discord saying, hey, I'm going to use your words against you. And once we're going through the switchback section here, it's all about just, because we've already got our gap. It's us 4, so there's no need to keep truly pushing the pace. We're just going to kind of let Casey and Jeff set the pace. And this tactic also works in team time trials, not just ladder racing. But if you've got a rider or two that are kind of weaker, you kind of protect them coming into the climb. And once they get to whatever the climb is, you let them set the pace, and then you ride with them. You don't push them up the climb. Like you let them set the pace, and then you handle kind of lead into the climb and after it. That'll really help them with the recovery and being able to stick with the time trial, or in this case, the ladder race, and contribute at some point. So that's a tactic that Casey and I have used a ton in team time trials throughout the years. We've probably done 30 or 40 together, if not more, time trials, and that's a very common tactic we use. Normally I'll take the lead in to the climb and let the weaker riders handle the pace. Then over the top, Casey will pull, get up to speed, and then we'll get back to our rotation. So as we're nearing the top here, our whole plan is just to get over the top and then push the pace. So as we go through the banner here in a second, this is one of the things that once you start racing with someone a lot, and Casey and I have done, I couldn't even tell you how many races together over the past 3 years. You kind of know what to do without even saying it. Like Casey, I'm pushing over the top and Casey's on my wheel, and I know exactly what Casey wants me to do, and Casey knows what I'm doing at this point. I'm pushing until I get up over that 50-kilometer mark. And you can see Jeff and Ethan are like, they're starting to stretch out a little bit. So here comes Casey. He's going to slingshot past me to get the super tuck. Now I want you guys to watch. This is the change. I have super tuck right now. As soon as Casey goes by me, I sit up. The only time you get the super tuck is if you do not have draft. So Casey's got the draft. He's recovering. And as he gets further away from me and I lose it, see, boom, right there, I tuck down. Once I lost the draft from Casey, I went into super tuck. And Ethan right there, see, now we have the gap. Now we both have super tuck. Well, my group and Casey does. So here, this is how you can use on a longer downhill like this. So Casey's off the front, and I'm just going to kind of rotate through my group behind us, and we're going to kind of slingshot and use this super tuck speed to accelerate and get down the hill quicker. It's a new dynamic to super tuck, because it's not just get over 3% decline and then 58 kilometers I think it is. So here I go. I'm moving through super tuck, and then we're talking on Discord like, hey, rotate through, kind of just slingshot past each other, and then we're eventually going to catch up to Casey, and then we keep working on it. And specifically on this descent, just after these couple turns here, you got this flat section. You can make up a lot of time if you hammer through that, which is what we do. I set a pretty good pace coming across that flat section through the castle. Yeah, but the super tuck has definitely changed. It's not just everyone gets it now. You have to be, in the front with no draft to get it. Or sometimes I actually had it in ZRL. I was bumped clear to the side in the gutter, and I got super tuck going down one of the hills. So here I'm pushing the pace again through this castle area. And then once I get down again, I forget who comes through, but we do keep kind of rolling through with the same super tuck. Once he gets to the front, I'll let off, and then we just rotate around again. So this is the new dynamic. And I kind of thought it was a well-known thing, but I've saw several people, even in Facebook groups in the forums, bringing up the fact that about super tuck. So it's an issue it's a new dynamic that people must not have actually realized has changed. It may be one of those things to where it really wasn't broadcast too well, but with the amount of racing and staying on top of stuff, I had picked it up, and I thought there was a Zwift Insider article, but I could be mistaken with it. But yeah, this is how the new super tuck works, and this rotating through like this is a pretty good way to keep your speed up. Because you do a little burst, roll through, and a little bit of rest. But you see here, we got a minute lead on the deuces, so we're not too worried about. We don't really have to crush any power, just riding steady, and we're having a good a good chat through the Discord during this about executing the plan. You know, we kind of knew, Ethan and I knew we would be the strongest out of the 8 that were here. We really didn't know how Casey and Jeff would do, but they stuck with us. We rode the climb well. We worked well as a team, and that's exactly what these ladder races is. It's all about the team. You know, if me and Ethan would have left them, you know, we may have still won the overall ladder race, but that wouldn't have been the team effort working together like this. So this is the good part that I enjoy. It's the team aspect. Kind of no matter what you got going on, you're going to stick together and make it as a team. Here on down through, and basically we just loop through the new coast road. So overall, it's a pretty good course. And I've yet to do like a true single full gas effort up the grade. That's something that I want to do here shortly, soon, but I just have not been able to do it yet. And I'm not exactly sure what's happening with these little glitches. I've had probably 6-7 of them over the past week, where it's not really an internet dropout, because the stream, like while I'm streaming on Twitch, it doesn't drop out, but the game freezes. It's like a Zwift issue, so I don't know what's happening there. It's frustrating because during the ZRL race, right as we got to the reverse Haley KOM, I had one, and I went from being in the pack to 4 seconds off, chased back, and they hit the climb, and it was done for me. Which, that happens. What can you do? So now, I'm just going to keep doing a little bit of work. I was basically trying to do 2 minutes of effort and about 30 seconds off. Just kind of doing a little bit of a workout. Because this wasn't we weren't in danger of being caught. But mainly it's just working to get to the finish. And this is the thing with everyone's schedule right now around the holidays. It's been kind of hard to find time for someone to work out. We've tried 3 or 4 different races with people, other teams, but it just unfortunately hasn't worked out for us, which is fine. We go back to pulling on the front, and we head off to the finish. Overall, it's I do enjoy this finish here, this rolling in, because it's just enough to keep it hard where you have to pay attention, and it's just, you know, it's kind of like easy enough to fool you in that to fool you to where you won't get dropped if you're not paying attention. But it can only take 1 second on these rollers here, and then next thing you know, you're 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds off. And now we're coming up to this turn here. This eagle that's always flying around here is absolutely enormous. I don't know if you guys have caught this, but we are zooming by too quick to truly see it. But we got the choo-choo train coming. And something I've picked up is whenever you see the train in this, up here on the right-hand side, after we get through this turn, that train that is going through there, if I see the train, I almost always see the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot guy. So I'm pretty sure we do see the train here. I don't know if we could see it in the video, but yep, right there he goes. Now, normally, or I should say, every time I've seen a train, I've seen Bigfoot. I didn't notice him right there, so my theory might be busted, but every other time I've been through there, that I've seen Bigfoot or I've seen the train, I've seen him. So I don't know if there's a correlation or it's just completely random luck. I'll have to slow that down and really look at it whenever I get a chance. But that was just something I picked up through all the times I'm riding through there. When you see the train, you see Bigfoot. But overall, that's the kind of the new Super Tuck dynamics. And it's been in the game for a little bit, but it may have been one of those things that just got overlooked. and it was coming to the line. Ethan sprints off. He was, I was doing most of the work. I really didn't care. Yeah, I know he's about as strong as me, so I think he was just having a good old ride, enjoying the easy pace. And there we go. Pretty good race, pretty good tactics. Casey did great. Jeff did great. And I really wanted to show you guys that Super Tuck, because that seemed like, from some of the comments on Facebook that I've seen, the forums, and then in that ZR race, like half the team had no idea that the Super Tuck had changed. So just wanted to make a video, show how that dynamic has changed. It's no longer everyone. It's only whenever you don't have a draft that you get that Super Tuck. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You guys take it easy. Thank you very much.